There's this article that I read that says, why are employers firing Gen Z employees? And they said the reason was because Gen Z employees were perceived to be lacking initiative and lacking motivation, but that is not the case. The reason is that they are cautious because they are stepping into an unfamiliar environment. They are not familiar with professional workplace forums, so that's why they end up being fired. I think it was a USA article because they used the word fired instead of dismissed. But for me, it feels like it applies across all generations that are still eligible to be in the workplace, in the sense that anyone stepping into an environment that they're not familiar with, they will need clear expectations to be communicated to them, and you start communicating these expectations during the interview. And if somebody lies that they're able to meet that expectation, they are not only lying to you, but they're lying to themselves as well, and it will show during the probation management, which is part of onboarding and regular feedback. So they say that that can be curbed by clear expectations, structured onboarding, and regular feedback. So when you, as the employer or as the small business owner, when you employ somebody and when you are recruiting somebody, communicate the expectations clearly, regardless of what generation the employee belongs in. Clarify that this role requires XYZ, and if they lie and say yes, I'm able to do it, you monitor it during probation management and you give regular feedback. And chances are, if they are not meeting that expectation that you have set clearly and communicating clearly during probation management, and continue to communicate during performance management, it will show. And most likely, if you are not the one who will end up terminating the employee will end up terminating themselves, in the sense that they will resign because they will see clearly that they are not meeting the expectations. So the reason why I say, for me, not only does it apply to Gen Z, but it applies to everybody else, is that if somebody is an HR officer, for example, for company X, if they're going to company Y, they're not going to take initiative on the first day. They are going to be cautious as well, with it being their new environment. So you, as an employer watching this, tell me, what has your expectation, or rather, what has your experience been with Gen Z employees coming into the workplace?